Wow. I've loved this story for as long as I can remember. Um, he's probably one of my favorites of the men of the time. If you notice, I will sometimes lose words, but bear with me. That's what I'm dealing with right now. But um, Elisha, he's so special in many ways. Now, probably he went through time where he was feeling that the divine has left him behind, or that perhaps there really is no hope for him. And certainly he was chased around a lot, which I'm sure was not a comforting thing. But for him to be able to say to his servant, those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And it touches my heart a lot because very often we have times in our lives when we think, has God forgotten us? Were we really forgotten? We are afraid. We worry. We worry for our family. I have lost two of my family, a son and a husband. And there were times in my life when I felt, this is awful. What is going on? And yet, like Elisha, it's clear that the divine was looking after him. And that's the comfort that we can get in our lives. I mean, it must have been really scary for him going through and knowing that this man was after him, and for him to be able to say to his servant, oh, it's okay, we are going to be okay. And there's many passages in the Bible. It's something I use a lot of, obviously, because I'm with people who do not know about Swedenborg. But I do bring Swedenborg to them to explain to them. All these stories are about us, all of them. And there are times we can open the Bible if we're feeling particularly sad or untrusting or whatever it is, to open it up and find that's exactly what I need to see. And we have the help with Swedenborg's works to explain, oh, that's what it's all about. And I often find that the people I serve know that. They've had a special gift, which I'm sure at the time did not think it was a special gift at all. The gift of actually dying. Not many of us will have had near-death experiences, but listening to their words about what it was like, I felt like, wow, I don't want to go back to the other world. I don't want to go back to this world with all its mess. And yet they're told, it's not your time. They talked about the beauty, they talked about the love, the intense love that is there on the other side. And this is an amazing thing for me to feel from them. They don't have Swedenborg. I don't use the word Swedenborg. I just talk about what Swedenborg has said in the writings. And they are very open to that. And that is one of the amazing things that I've found. When we help others, they help us. It's just a magic thing that happens. And in this particular story, the idea of Elisha standing there and telling his servant, those who are with us are more than those who are with them. How did he know that? How did he know that? Did he have some inspiration from the divine? I often ask that question. Elisha is second only to, oh, there goes his name. Anyway, Elisha is my second favorite of all of the people who come to us through the Bible. And it's amazing to me how much we have questions. Do you ask questions when you read the Bible? Do you ask, well, what about X? What about Y? Why is it not everything is in there? That makes us read it more often. There is so much comfort and love in the Bible, and so much recognition of hell too, about what is happening. Often I've heard people say, oh, ain't it awful? This is such a terrible world. No, it isn't. How far back do you want to go? How about Roman times? That's a good time. Yeah, the world is really getting better. We don't always see it because we see the bad stuff. I know they tried to bring in a good news channel, which would be nice, but apparently it didn't catch people's attention, which is sad. We really need to be able to see the good things going on, the kindness that people have. That has really helped me enormously. If you're stuck, I remember my car broke down. I didn't know how to change a tire, but some gentleman came along and said, do you need help? Yes, please. So I think in our life, we can look at Elisha as a man who obviously was following the divine. He wasn't perfect. There's not one of us that's perfect. Think of David, who wrote all those beautiful Psalms. And he wasn't great, was he? Not at all. He arranged for a man to die so that he could have his wife. That's not pretty at all. But what was lovely about David is the Psalms. There's a reason why those little Gideon Bibles have the Psalms and the New Testament. I use the Old Testament a lot, but it's amazing to me. There's a lot of messy stuff in the Old Testament, but there's a lot of beauty too. And things like Elisha's belief that the divine would look after them all. And of course, the divine did. Not only did Elisha save their lives, the whole vista changed by his belief in the divine and knowing that they would be okay. And we don't always see that. It's a messy world we're in. But as I tell the people I serve, this is the place where we're supposed to get it right. This is the place we are supposed to get it right. And then when we get it right, we can pass on to the other side. It's sad to hear of deaths of young people, of babies, of those you feel like saying, well, they haven't had a life. Where is their life? Of course, we know that they are on the other side and that they will be looked after all the time by loving angels, as we will eventually whenever our time comes. But also this world can show us that there are wonderful people on this planet who care about others. May God be with us all on this journey of life. Amen.